Hello. Hello. We are still alive. Not posted in quite some time. We are grinding away on this diet. I've just been trying to get my head in the game, get the diet done, no distractions. So social and all that's taking a back burner. I have filmed a few of my sessions. I've just been posting them on shorts and on Instagram and stuff. But I've been having a few people asking me about what my split is, my training programming at the moment. So I thought I'd just get on here and basically run down my training program. So I train 5 days a week. It's kind of an agreement I have with my partner that I have Saturday, Sunday off. She works some late nights, she works in the week. She gets up early, she sorts the kids. So I kind of, take my turn to do that. Give her a little bit of rest on a Saturday and Sunday, although we don't get much rest as parents, but we won't have it any other way. So Saturday, Sunday are family days. I still do my cardio, my steps and stuff, but I don't go to the gym. I get my cardio done for about 6 a.m. when the little one starts waking up, and then I can bring him downstairs. So Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, I'm up at 3:45. Gives me just enough time to get downstairs, weigh myself, make a coffee, and make my pre-workout meal that I made the night before, which I do every night before kind of thing. So I always make my pre-workout the night before I need it. Just saves me a little bit of time in the morning. I like to have my cream of rice or my ESN rice pudding cold, refrigerated. So that's just how I do it. So Monday is an upper day, but I put more emphasis on chest development because my chest is weaker than my back, I'd say by a fair bit. I've got quite overpowering shoulders, so my shoulders tend to take over quite happily. So really working with my coach to really dial in my chest form, remove as much delt work, delt activation as I can out of it. I don't do any front delt work, it's all done through pressing, but like my flat press that I do on the Smith, or incline pressing or whatever. So Monday usually looks like I'll warm up with a few sets of delts. I've got pretty strong shoulders, probably my strongest part, so I don't really need to train them too intensely. So I'll probably do 2 warm-up sets with a lighter weight, 15 to 20 reps, side raises, and then I'll do 3 sets to failure in that 12 to 15 range. And that'll do me basically for my shoulder work for upper day. And then I will move over to, I like to start with a fly because it really helps just get my chest engaged. So I'll do another two warm-ups on flies, machine fly. It's actually a Life Fitness one we've got, and it was one of the first chest machines I ever used. They had the same machine in school when they built a gym when I was in school. So I do about 3 sets on that, 2-3 sets depending on how I'm feeling. I warm up with a lighter weight, like I said, full range of motion, good stretch, hold it in the stretch, good squeeze. I'll do 2 sets on that, and then I'll do sometimes a back off. Again, 2 sets to failure. I like to the first movement I like to go heavier because that's where I'm going to be strongest. So it's kind of the 10-ish rep range failure. I try and get all the way to failure with good form. Move over to a flat Smith machine. 2 sets to failure, about 12 reps, 15 sometimes. Again, 2 sets to failure every time. I won't do any back offs on this. And then I'll do an incline, usually a high incline. Smith. If the Smith's taken, I am very partial to some incline dumbbell work. Again, 2 sets to failure. I'll move on then to back. I only do 2 exercises for back. It's usually a cable pullover. I try and get 3 sets on the cable pullover. My lats are pretty strong, so I don't need load of lat work. So I get 3 sets to failure on that. Again, 2 warm-up sets because I've not used my back yet. And then I move up to some form of row. I like to use like the it's a hammer strength, like a low row. It can low to high. Kind of gets my whole back, but primarily hits the upper back, traps, rhomboids area. 2-3 sets to failure on that, and that'll be my back work done. Like I said, my back's a lot stronger than my chest, so I need more emphasis on the chest. Tuesday is legs day, legs only. Oh, sorry, on upper day I do like 2 sets of bis, 2 sets of tris. But again, my arms and my shoulders are the strongest part, so I don't need to really overdo them. Let's just kind of get a little bit of volume in. Tuesday, legs only. Always start off with seated leg curls. Hamstrings are weaker than my quads, so I get that working done. Also, I feel like doing your hamstring work, seated hamstring, really warms up the knees, warms up the legs. And then I'll do 3 sets on that, 3 sets to failure. I just really believe in training to failure. Provided it's with good form, good execution, good connection, not just throwing the weight around, good control, as you'll see in the videos I've posted of my days. I'll go over then to leg extension. I like to do isolation work for my legs. It takes a little bit of strain off having to go really heavy for my knees. I'll do 2 sets on hack squat. I've actually been getting quite a lot stronger even though I've been dieting, which is good. I started the diet at 2 plates a side on hack squat. I've worked up to 4. Last session I got 4 plates for 6 reps. And then I took it down to 3 plates and I got like 10 to 12 both sets. A squat I kind of go 1 rep from failure just so I know I can get back up. There's not that many people training in the gym and I don't want to get stuck. And then I will go to usually a lying leg curl. This session is basically exactly the same on a Tuesday and a Friday. It's basically a mirror image of itself both days. So yeah, I'll go to like a lying hamstring curl, do 2 sets on that. Again, as I said, to failure, 2 sets to failure. 10 to 12. I don't want to go too heavy on lying. I don't know, I feel like a little bit more risk of injury on a lying, but it feels really good. That's also hammer strength. And then I will go and do 1 set of dumbbell RDLs. We did programming at the start, barbell RDLs, but I was finding it hard to deal the form in a little bit, and really get a good range of motion while keeping good execution. So we switched over to dumbbells, and that was 100 times better. I felt it better, less back pain, well, no back pain, more connection, more stretch, on the hamstrings, and it's really developed my hamstrings quite well. And then I will go over to I will do one set of a leg press, both legs, one set to failure again, good form, feet at like 10 to 2, really get the quads, get a really deep range of motion there. And then I'll move over to, I'll do 2 sets of a single leg press. Same everything, same plan there, failure, everything. Oh, don't come and talk to me, please. I'm on site. I thought he was going to come over and talk to me then and interrupt my video, but he's not. I think he probably sees me on my phone, probably thinks I'm on the phone. So yeah. And then I'll just do some calves at the end. I've got pretty strong calves, coming from a position where I was fat for quite a few years. My calves are quite large for the rest of my legs, so I do like 2 sets. Also, I forgot to mention Monday I do abs, and then yeah, that's it for legs day. Wednesday is a pull day. I love training back, which is probably why my back's so strong compared to my chest, but I also like training chest. So back day, I will start again with that hammer strength low row. Again, we're trying to emphasize the upper back because my lats are strong compared to my upper back, even though my upper back has come along quite well, as I have uploaded a short on my YouTube of just a bit of back posing. Again, it's pretty much 2 sets of everything, so I don't really need to go over rep schemes because, you know, it's basically 2 sets of 8 to 12 on back. Good execution, good squeeze in the contraction, good stretch, holding the stretch for a second or 2, just to minimize the elasticity, the effect where your tendons kind of, you know, get that elasticated thing, and it helps you get that first bit of rep. So really hold the stretch for a minute to eliminate what do you call it, any rebound, and get a good stimulus on the back. And then again, I'll do a T-bar row, although I do like, instead of a T-bar, like a chest supported upper back dumbbell row. I really like that. And then I will move over, like I said, it's 2 sets of failure on everything. And then I'll move over to a neutral grip lat pull down. Neutral grip, I just find I get a bit of a better contraction on the and isolation on the lats, which is what we're going for on a pull down. And then I'll put the straight bar on it, and I'll move over to an upper back row where I'm lean back slightly and kind of pulling to like mid chest. And then I will do some form of unilateral, so one arm row, so it's either on the cable or a dumbbell row. Sometimes I'll throw in a barbell row if it's available. there's like 1 or 2 barbells in the gym, and there's a lot of not powerlifters, but people who are more into functional stuff, so they use the barbells quite a lot. Thursday is a push day. Back day, we also finish with buys. That would be that would be the rest of my bicep work. Usually 2 exercises. I'll do a high curl on a cable, and I really love just standing alternating dumbbell curls. I just love it. Good connection, great. I've always liked it. I get good contraction, I get good muscle recruitment with it. I just love a dumbbell curl. Chest push day. I'll always start my chest day or any upper day other than back. If I'm doing chest, I'm starting with delts. I'll do 4 sets on this, 4 working sets because it's my main side delt day. So I'll do 2 warm-up sets, and then I'll do 3-4 working sets hard, kind of failing in that 15 rep range. I usually get up to about 17.5 kilos, 15 if I'm a little bit lacking that day. And I'll go again, I'll start with a chest fly, 2 sets, 8 to 10. Like I said, I like to do first movement a little bit heavier, lower rep range because I'm stronger. And then I'll go over to a flat Smith, 2 sets on there. Hello darling. 2 sets on there. I'll stay on the Smith, raise the incline, do a high incline, so it's kind of getting a lot of upper chest, getting a bit of front delt work in there just to keep it going. And then I will do a lower pec kind of decline biased cable fly. If I'm feeling really good, it's not programmed in, I might do a set or 2 of bodyweight dips, get as deep as I can. I just really like them. If I'm feeling good, I really like them at the end of my session, and it really finishes off the front delt work, and it starts my tries, warms up my shoulders quite nice. My shoulders, well, yeah, my shoulders. I found that it's really helped strengthen my shoulder in terms of shoulder health. So if you can get dips, definitely stick them in. Good for shoulder mobility, good for shoulder strength, and you really bulletproof your shoulders with some dips, especially if you can get to weighted. I usually get to 40 kilos weighted. I love them. And then I'll move on to tricep work. I like to do 1 unilateral, so 1 arm at a time, just a cable extension. Well, usually I go overhead, get the long head, 1 arm at a time. I like to get slightly higher reps on my first tricep just to make sure they are nice and warm. I know I've done chest, but I have a tendency to get elbow pain when doing tries, especially in that position. So slightly lighter, 2 sets. Like I said, my arms are strong. I don't need huge amounts of arm work. It's kind of on the back burner at the moment to bring up my chest, have a little bit more volume and recovery for my chest. 2 sets of overhead single arm cable extension, bang, done. And then usually a JM press on the Smith, or dumbbells if the Smith is taken. I like both, to be fair. I don't mind which one I do. I like both. I've been progressing both. My tries have been growing, and I've not been doing really high volumes. And then that's it for push day. And then I will do Friday is basically a mirror of my leg day on Tuesday, so I don't really need to go through that. Just replay the leg day bit of this video on Tuesday, and you'll basically, that's exactly what I do on a Friday. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday off, and I just repeat that every week. Logbook, make sure I'm progressing or at least matching reps, especially this far on in the diet. Calories are low, cardio's at 40 minutes a day, an hour on Saturday, Sunday, non-training days. So I usually do, just time constraints, I need to get out of the gym, so I'm usually in the gym for about 2 hours, so I'll do 20 minutes on the stairs usually, or the cross train if the stairs are taken. I'll do 20 minutes post-workout cardio, pretty high intensity. If you're doing the Stairmaster, don't hold on. I did used to hold on to the sides, and I've recently stopped holding on, and it's a massive difference. I've got like half the level of it. I used to go on 10, level 10. I can do like maybe level 6, level 7 pushing it for 20 minutes not holding on, and I am so much more exhausted, and I'm definitely feeling like I'm burning more calories, I'm sweating more, so do that. And I'll just finish off with, if I've got 20 minutes left before I need to leave, I'll just finish off on steps on the treadmill, and then that'll be me. So yeah, a lot more, I've got a lot of emphasis on the chest. I still train it twice a week, but there's more volume on chest than anything else probably, and probably more hamstrings. If I was to train a Saturday as well, I would probably do a chest and hamstrings day, I think, because they're my two weaker parts. So I'd probably stick in a chest and hamstrings and get a little bit more work in there. And that's pretty much it. It's the same routine 5 days a week, and then I'll get in my 12k steps, whatever I've got left through the day, and then I'll finish night time before bed with another 20 minutes of cardio to get that 40 minutes in. Zone 2, about 130 beats per minute, get a good sweat on, and I'm dropping about 1.5 kilos, 1.75 kilos a week. So I've got about another 6 kilos to drop. I should be able to get that in 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So yeah, that's it really. That's about as interesting as it gets. Same thing day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. Same movements, same routine. Keep everything the same. Keep as many variables the same as we can, just so we know what's going on. Don't add any different variables in there, because if something changes, you're not going to know what to change. So I keep everything the same. Food, we just assess by weekly weight trends. We don't go day by day, you know, because weight can fluctuate. If we find a stall for about 2 weeks, if I have 2 check-ins in a row where I've not really dropped, we'll drop weight, we'll drop food, or we'll raise output. So that's either comes in the form of it be more cardio or some slightly more steps. And that's it. Fat burners, I've just got in a bit of Clen, bit of T3. The T3 is just HRT doses, just because I'm dieting quite hard, it stops my metabolism crashing out. And yeah, that's it. 5 milligrams of or micrograms, whatever it is, of your Himbine a day. 30 T3. I'm on 100 Clen because we are pushing the fat loss hard, because, you know, we're not all perfect. I'm very regimented, I'm very disciplined, but when we went to Marbella, you know, I kind of let the food get away from me a little bit. I'm sorry if that click in my fingers came through the mic. There's a terrible habit. I get told off by my missus all the time. So on holiday I went up 11 kilos. So we are pulling that off. So yeah, and that's it. I'll speak to you when I do the next video, whenever that may be. We are planning to do, when we get lean, probably pull another 6 kilo off, get peeled, and we will do my first official well executed rebound, 6 to 8 weeks, health phase, and then full on off season. Nice productive year. We want to put on some good size, so follow along for that. This is the road to the stage. I have plans to get on stage next year, depending on how well the off season goes, the rebound and everything. Make sure I'm in a good place, blood work's good, body's feeling good and fresh, we put on some good tissue. I think we'll be in a really good position. Hopefully get a first timers next year. That would be the dream, although that dream terrifies me, but it would be a hell of a good experience considering I follow the sport heavily. So yeah, I won't bore you anymore. I've got nothing exciting to say. My diet brain is in full swing now. I'm pretty forgetful, pretty lethargic, but I'm enjoying it, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. I'm enjoying the results, not so much the process, but I think that's the same for everyone. Dieting's not always fun. It's tedious, especially when you've got to do it for as long as I have. But we've got to do it, and it will pay off when we get in a really good insulin sensitive position for the rebound and off season. So yeah, until the next one, whenever that may be, I will be uploading shorts pretty much every day. So yeah, subscribe and like, baby. If I can get to 50, so I'm on 44 subscribers now. If I can get to 50, I can start doing lives, which I'm quite interested in doing. Maybe I'll go live on a cardio session or if I'm just sat here, I can answer some, do like a little Q&A live stream or something. I think that would be good. I feel like I've got a lot of knowledge I can give out. I'm not very articulate, my speaking, I'm not the most fluent talker, but I'm getting there. So yeah, over and out, baby.